What's up, guys? Sleepy Joe Biden just crashed the US economy with his devastating new tax plans and climate plans that would have you eating 90% less meat. You would only be allowed to eat like one burger a month. Devastating. Also, after Biden recently announces his new tax plans to tax people more money and take more of their hard-earned money, the US stock market, crypto market, all the markets crashed to the ground. We've got to talk about Joe Biden. Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Obvious, and today we've got to talk about the devastating actions that the Democrats and Joe Biden have been taking on the U.S. economy. Now, if you've been paying attention to the stock market, for example, you know that in the last couple days, really, the U.S. stock market has plummeted and crashed to the ground after Biden has announced higher capital gains tax for anyone earning $1 million or more. In fact, in California, your taxes would actually cap out at 50%. You heard me right, folks. According to Newsweek, and this is a verified source, New York, California capital gains tax rates would top 50% in Biden proposal. So was it really any surprise when there was a huge market sell-off from all the people who had invested their tendies into the U.S. stock markets, hoping to get more tendies in the future? Well, Joe Biden says, no tendies for you, and he cut those tendies in half. It's actually getting very scary, because Democrats have also tried to make Washington, D.C. the 51st state of America. Needless to say, this would cause a lot of problems for any conservatives or Republicans who wanted to run for president, as it would give Democrats yet another unfair advantage. But we're going to talk about all of this and more, folks. You really want to hear what's in this video, very important information, but before we do, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell button for notifications for more content, and please share this video, folks. Get the word out there, let people know. I've been seeing a lot of comments online from these Democrats and these lefty types who honestly don't know the destruction that Biden is doing. Oh, they're taxing the rich? That's great because I'm not rich. Yeah, and you never will be. Because guess what? The rich people, they don't pay taxes. You could raise the tax. They're not going to pay it. They'll simply take their money elsewhere. They'll look for loopholes. They can afford to not pay tax. You, on the other hand, cannot. The person who will be hurt the most is the taxpayer. Who loses their 401k when the stock market crashes? Who loses their IRA account? Who loses the value of their investments? The little guy. But I digress. A quick word from this week's sponsor. Introducing Virtue Signal, the card game. Virtue Signal is a card game parody of social justice activism. In Virtue Signal, you play as one of 12 different social justice warriors, trying to get NPCs to win the game, including cards such as Wax My Balls, Bigot. The game is available for $29.98, and even features yours truly, Mr. Obvious, in one of the expansion packs. But you can get it all for only $54.98. The whole game and 410 cards. Get yours today by clicking on the link down below. And we're back. Anyhow, let's get to this story, folks. Here in the Daily Mail, Ted Cruz says the corrupt Democrats are changing the rules to stay in power by supporting court packing and making D.C. the 51st state. Now, this is impossible and would require a constitutional amendment. The scary thing is, they actually managed to pass this in the House. It's a power grab, folks. And I talked about this on Twitter, but the Democrats, by the way, be sure to follow me on Twitter. Can find the link in the description. And I basically said that what we are witnessing right now, the Democrats trying to grab power like this, to become the uni-party of America, to get complete control over all future elections. Oh, they're going to make Washington, D.C. a state. They're going to make it easier for people who traditionally vote Democrat to vote. They're basically trying to change all the rules, and they also want to pack the Supreme Court. Now, Washington, D.C. becoming the 51st state would require a constitutional amendment, as it is specifically stated in the Constitution that D.C. is not supposed to be a state. They do not vote for president. However, with Democrats wanting to pack the courts, pack the Supreme Court, if they did that, that would give them the full legal authority to rewrite the Constitution, install Washington, D.C., and basically take over America, hijack this country. We would live under a political dictatorship. Now, the Democrats will be the first ones to tell you that they're not authoritarian, they're not fascist, and yet look at what they do. They enforce their rules, they persecute anyone who turns against them, they destroy anyone who dares to challenge them, and they're trying to seize power from the courts, from the states, and take over this country. What do you call that but a dictatorship? Now on to the brass tacks. And by the way, folks, be sure to follow me on BitChute. I can't stress that enough. YouTube is a precarious place. Our days are numbered. We need to move to better tech. I'm going to work on a Rumble and other websites, but if you're one of my viewers, subscribe on BitChute. I'm going to try to join Odyssey, and we'll get that going. So, how Biden's climate plan could limit you to eat just one burger a month. Now, if you ask me, the economy going to shambles, Biden destroying us all, the Democrats taking over America, all of these things are not as bad as this. One burger a month? Are you crazy? That is the most un-American, uninspiring, offensive things that I've ever heard. One burger a month? Are you kidding me? It would also cost the taxpayer, that means you, $3.5 thousand every year in more taxes, as if you didn't get taxed enough. Taxation is theft, and force you to spend $55,000 or more on an electric car. It's also going to crush American jobs. We're screwed. So not only is Biden announcing tax hike after tax hike stimulus bills that are printing our money, inflating it into worthlessness, he's also talking about a climate plan to cut warm house gases by 50%. Whoop-de-doo! Meanwhile, China's just going to double their pollution, so in the end, it doesn't actually do anything. I really hate this narrative of, we must save the planet. How are we going to save the planet? We're going to destroy the economy. We're going to tax you. We're going to take away your burgers, literally. And then, it's not actually going to fix anything. You're just going to get taxed more. You're going to lose more money. And they're going to take that money. The government is going to take that money and use it to, bomb more foreign countries. Isn't that wonderful? So, President Joe Biden's ambitious plan to slash greenhouse emissions by 50 to 52% over the next decade could prompt sweeping changes that could affect how Americans eat, drive, and heat their homes. Whether this is going to pass the House, pass the Senate, is anybody's guess. But I will say that it is absolutely stupid. There's no such thing as a zero-emission economy, which the Democrats want to achieve by 2050. Simply not possible. And they say it's going to create jobs. No, it's not. It's going to cost people their jobs. What about the people who lost their jobs when Biden closed the pipeline? They didn't get their job back, and it makes no sense. Basically, what the Democrats are proposing that we destroy millions of jobs, putting people out on the street, making them homeless, making their children go hungry, starve at their dinner tables because there's no food. And get rid of 1 million jobs so that later down the line, maybe 1 year from now, maybe 10 years from now, they're going to create a new job that's green energy that all of the people who lost their jobs are not even qualified for. Oh! Do you see how stupid that is? If 1 million jobs disappear and 1 million jobs are created, you have officially created no jobs. And it's even worse than that because 1 million jobs will disappear and they'll probably make like 500,000 jobs, and actually, you've lost jobs. Welcome to life under Democrats. Completely incompetent. Anything Democrats touch turns to a third world country. Now, for those of you wondering, the reason that you would have to cut back on meat is because meat is made from cows, and cows fart and produce a lot of methane. So cow farts are now the #1 threat to humanity according to the Democrats. Personally, I couldn't care less. I want that, juicy, hot, spiking burger with extra bacon, caramelized onions, 2 beef double patties smothered in cheese between a hot steamed sesame bun. Now that, my friend, that's what it means to be an American. God bless America. And I say, if you take away this burger from me, I swear to God, you're gonna have to pry it from my cold, dead hands. Now, while I am making a lot of jokes, and, we're kind of making fun of some of these things, this is actually very serious. What the Democrats are attempting to do is seize power of the entire country forever. And this is something that I've been warning about for a long time now. It's been talking about this for months. This is scary, folks. This is how a dictatorship rises to power. This is how you get a Stalin. This is how you get a Mussolini. This is how you get a Mao. This is how it starts. First, they brainwash the public. Then they push this insane ideology. Then they persecute their enemies. Then they make it legal. Then it's too late. So are we going to watch America fall to dictators? I don't want to live in that world. I don't want to live in a world where Democrats are the only ones who control things because Democrats raise taxes, destroy jobs, and say that you can't eat burgers. Do you really want to live in an America where you can't eat a burger? I don't think so at all. But that, my friends, is merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. Let me know what you think about this story. Let me know what you think about the tax plan, the climate. Am I wrong, folks? Are the Democrats actually brilliant at economy? Be sure to let me know. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Support the channel on Patreon or Subscribestar, as this channel is 100% funded by viewers like you. That's right, folks. We don't have ads. We don't have monetization. So if you want to support the channel and fight back against tyranny, join me on these platforms. You will get access to Fight Club, a private Discord server, as well as any post that I post there. Anyways, thanks for watching. This has been Mr. Obvious, and I'll see you all next time.